Hey guys, your old pal Brian out at the flying club. It's a dead calm, holy crap. And you're not going to believe this, but there ain't no bugs. So I don't know if they haven't found me yet or what the story is. It's about 50 degrees in Freedom units. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and exercise my thumbs a bit and get used to flying. And I want to test out. Yesterday I spent some time playing with the radio and the settings and understanding. You know, it's been years since I've set up these S6Rs and S8Rs, these stabilized receivers, and now I guess FreeSky somehow has new versions, their own version of this stuff. All right, taking off. But yeah, had a really enjoyable weekend. We spent time enjoying each other's company thoroughly Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon we just had a blast. My wife and I used to hear people say, well, my wife's my best friend. And I'm like, no, she's not. I'm wrong. Yeah, my bride is my best friend, and we just have a blast together. We enjoy each other's company so much. It's a blessing. So yesterday morning I figured out that basically the reason my new timber flies so weird to me is that A, I just don't know what I'm doing, and B, you know, I thought, well, it's a 900 kilovolt motor and these lightning fast servos are for, you know, people that know how to fly, and I just got to get used to it. Well, it turns out my aileron, okay, I had set up my, I explained this yesterday, I believe, at the dumpster. I'd set up my aileron gyro wind abatement backwards on the wing. And that has to do, I think, a lot with hanging there, huh? See, if you could just do that on the ground, Mr. Bain. Yeah, if I fly consistently enough, maybe. You know. Knife edge. You can actually program in hover and knife edge in these 3 minutes. And I'm not making this up. Yeah, there's your bugs. That started to warm up. I'm gonna have to hit my head here in a minute. Shout outs, Rowdies, Crunch, Cassie, Joss, Cynthia, Gretchen, Con, George, McMoyer, my Amazon hero. McMoyer had a, whoops, see, I knew something was going on. I should have checked my batteries. Throttle hold. Somehow I have managed on occasion. So I'll run some batteries on storage and then some batteries on charge on my quad charger. They were talking about chargers the other day. I love my quad chargers. I do. Telemetry lost. Telemetry and you can charge all kinds of variety of battery. Plus, it's got a onboard. It's got an onboard. Power supply. The other ones they were talking about buying the power supply separate, and if I did that, I have been wanting, and I have no use for it, but been wanting a outboard DC power supply for years. because you can do so many things with it when you just need a certain amount of voltage.
Throttle active.
Taking off. I gotta put that, so I don't have telemetry on this, and it drives me crazy. And I don't know why, because I'm not really going to use it for its intended purpose, and that's hoovering. So most likely that last battery was on storage. Oh man! Also, I did a in the tube deep. I forgot an airplane. I needed to bring my hoglet out here to give it a fly on a calm day. What else is going on? Puppy gets its shot this week, and then I am going to be picking it up probably Friday.
4 minutes.
So that means I got some stuff to do. I'm trying to talk my wife into going to Canada this week. I don't know if she's really wanting to or not. We basically figured out, we had a question answered that I didn't quite ask, and that was, I worry about the lovely folks that own the RV park where we're at aging out. And as such, I went ahead and asked if I can come up next year, and she said yeah. So that means you're going to be here most likely unless somebody gets sick, another year. And I'm trying to find a plan B for our staying here. You go back down about an hour south and make a left and head east into Canada, and there's supposed to be a bunch of different RV parks. I mean, I know we're not going to find anything as lovely as where we're at, but we need to look. But that may be next year. Maybe that's why spousal unit's not worrying about it so much. Props came in for this. Also, what are we doing here? Am I putting this thing on? Yeah, it appears a couple of these have been ran down to storage. I need to go see if I can charge me some batteries.
Throttle hold.
Landing. Okay, I think I'm greased up enough to go ahead and test the new plane out. Back in a few. Hello, everybody. Jump out, Brian. I am back. My lens. Loosen my fingers up a little bit.
16.7 volts.
And taking the newly respected timber out for a fly. Yeah, I had the gyro backwards somehow, and I know I tested it. It's the only thing I can think of. Before basically what I did was I duplicated the model profile. I've done that with
16.7.
there's just no wind. I've done that with my helicopters.
Throttle active.
And
active.
it's me being lazy is what it is. Okay, plenty of throws. Taking off. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of elevator authority.
15.9 volts.
So I got to remember that. Yeah, I actually dumbed it down almost too much for myself.
Volts. Minutes.
Yeah, you can hear me being quiet as I'm concentrating. Can you hear my quietness? Probably give myself some more elevator
16.2
eventually.
volts.
There we go. I used instant trim. I do get nervous about it, so I went ahead and lowered it in case it wanted to fling it into the ground like it did last time. Damn it. Yeah, I want a docile flyer. You know, people, we talked about this 1,000 times. People love to place their brand on how you live your life.
15.6 volts.
The reality is I don't need to be challenged. I had enough challenges in life. These are 61-year-old reflexes of a
4
body
minutes.
that's clearly been tortured. Am I good? Am I good? It's hard to tell. I mean, a body that's clearly been tortured. So, no, I just want to doodle up and down the sky.
15.9 volts.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. I got to figure out why she's trying to crab to the right, but yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to take my little plane. I don't want to do loops and floops in this thing. I just want to doodle around the sky in a predictable manner.
15.9 volts.
That's my plan. Yeah, much better. Holy crap. I did get some tips from Free Sky Proper. I guess they've got an American representative of them now. And there's some things that I really need to do housekeeping wise to I need to go ahead and set fail-safe a little bit better. It worked the other day, but yeah, there's some
15.7 volts.
housekeeping things you can do that are really good for you in case the worst happens. When I fly the 540 again, I'm going to go ahead and test auto, what do they call that? Auto level. It's effectively the oh poop button. It's funny, the after setting this up and resetting it and having to redo the
15.1 volts.
having to redo the mechanically, because you have to pull the ports off of this wing. It's a, you know, the servos are out of the way
2
intentionally,
minutes.
so you can enjoy flying it on water and not getting servos wet, but you have to pop the ports off, and I've done that a number of times. Each time I
15.1 volts.
mechanically trim it, just annoying. But anywho, Timby. I've got 2 perfectly good China Hobby line batteries that will not work for this. Not happening.
15.4 volts.
Yeah, trim fuse. I might have to pop that port off if my ailerons keep misbehaving.
1 minute.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of that timer too. I go by voltage. AMRC, it's been fun getting to know you.
14.8 volts.
I wonder what you do 12 hours a day on the weekend. You might have said, but I just don't recall.
Seconds.
George, you're doing it right, man. You're getting that,
20 seconds.
you're getting your sail on.
15
I
volts.
probably mentioned this previously, but it is fun to talk
10,
about.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
I worked 30 years in law enforcement, patrolling the woods, the waters, and just the whole state of Florida. And
14.9 volts.
I'll let it kind of, whatever I set LVC for, I'm going to let it go off. Or not LVC, but storage or whatever. Not storage, but whatever I consider to be low battery. It is a lovely plane. Yeah, basically it's the OG Timber. Ooh, 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 ooh. By the way, don't get another dog. With a 900 kilovolt motor and
14.8 volts.
really good servos that are way too fast for my fingers. Timber. Where's that gonna go? Oh yeah, all them years. Well, people who sail are like insane boaters, like insane. Like they do everything exactly right. They're
14.9 volts.
any minute now. I should get a low battery. Yeah, holy crap. And they're serious. I mean, they're boaters from hell. They take more stock in there than just about anybody. So I actually never checked on the water a sailboat, not once, because I knew they had all their stuff right. They're crazy.
15 volts.
Yeah, it's a Zen lifestyle. It's an amazing subculture, and is it sailing la vagabonds? Also sailing doodles if you like the more salacious type. Yeah, they're just amazing. You know, they got redundant everything. I'm talking about the bigger sailboats. Look at that. I don't know how long I've been flying.
Volts.
I think at 14.8 is when it gripes at me. I think I did the math. Yeah, it's really neat to watch the sailors out there do their thing. Because they're for real. So what do I need? A little bit more elevator authority?
14.6 volts.
Perhaps. 14.6. Makes me nervous. We'll go ahead and bring her in. Landing. Got plenty of rudder. Okay, a little bouncy bounce. All right though. Just got my gear fix in for this as well.
15 volts.
I'll see about the virtues of installing it. All right, backing them up. Hello, everybody. Trump out Brian again. Still beautiful out here. I want to have bug doped up. I think the bugs are starting to get warm. Not as bad as it has been. Holy crap. Yeah, I need to grow up. And when I'm out here and it's just bad, I need to, no. No. Just no. Alrighty.
16.7 volts. Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
It's swamping the receiver. I have a couple of them that does that.
Throttle active. Throttle active.
Okay, I did two things. Okay, we got plenty of aileron. Got a bunch more taking off. Elevator.
16 volts.
There we go. Digging that Insta-trim. Digging it. So I gave myself some more elevator throw. Weight is what they use. Use the term weight. And, oh yeah, that was other things that they were doing.
16 volts.
Telling you need to clear your sub trims. You know, you get this thing done and go ahead and clear your sub trims. Yeah, I shut the timer off and Yeah. What else is new? Oh, get a puppy this week. We have a desk my wife paid $35 for about 8 years ago that we seldom use. That's by we, I mean her. What she had done was taken and used it for trip planning, but we're going to not be doing so much in the way of trip planning for a while because we got a dog coming, baby dog. So what we're doing is going to remove that desk and toss it. Never liked it anyway. My legs don't fit up underneath it, and that's where the puppy crate's going to go. Dogs are denning animals, so when people see puppy crates and cages, they just start, popping rivets, and what you really don't need to do because they're denning animals. Humans are too, but more so dogs, canines. They thoroughly enjoy the comfort of being in their own little home. That they do. Holy crap, I got my timber back. I need to go. They have a couple of lakes here, and I need to go see the lake and see why I can't get one of the kayaks from my RV resort and take that for a little ride in the back of the truck and go fly this thing on water. Well, it's a novelty more than anything. At home, it's a necessity, but there we go. Yeah, still trying to rotate over to my right. I think that's because one of my ailerons is about 1/4 of a degree too high, is what I think. Yeah, that's cool. I considered having to get another airplane, and I didn't think I'd get lucky enough to basically get a timber. I remember Clive complaining about the little Timber X, and I remember him putting that wing on there. But frankly, I never thought it would all fall into place for me. So yeah, in answering my esteemed colleague In the Tube Deep's question, which is why'd you pick the timber? The answer simply is that am I not getting the trim correct? There's only one trim for aileron, right?
15.2.
Or is there 7? No, there's just a 1. Yeah, it's probably because that wing is, that aileron is wonky. There we go. Daddy likes his plane trimmed out right, damn it. Man, what a great weekend. Crunchy, you know what I mean? Just fantastic.
15.1 volts.
I think we're having ribs tonight. Country ribs. Methinks. Timber. It's got grunt. Look at the Australians got. They go. It's got grunt. Brian, it's got grunt.
14.9 volts.
Never could figure out how to soften with Expo these servos. The only time I had lightning fast servos like these is really, I think, helicopter rudders, but also I think it's that way on my Twisted Hobbies stuff too.
14.9 volts.
There again, let's see if we can make this thing. Maybe it's 14. Okay, y'all do the math for me. What's 3 times 3.3? 7 and 7 is 14. So I probably, knowing me like I do, digging it. Holy crap, it's just like my old one. I guess once you reverse the gyro
9 volts.
out of this, it may behave better. Done it before. Not proud. Yeah, I like it too that you can get, you know, the new sheets of decals for it, so you're
14.7
not
volts.
flying around ghetto. And my new eyes are working. They're not exactly, like I said, the eyes that I was born with. And I'm having to understand how to view out of them. Think trifocal. Look at that thing.
15 volts.
And what kind of sucks is, and I think it's the shape of my head. You know, you know how it is. If you were to take a human face, cut it in half, I'm talking about photography-wise, and put them together, it doesn't look like the same person. You know, if you put both left sides together or both right sides together, because we're not we're not symmetrical or asymmetrical. With that said,
Low battery.
there we go. With that said, what happens
14.6 volts.
is I have to cock my head in a weird kind of way to watch TV in the bedroom. Ooh, speaking of which, we need a new mattress. Bad. I mean bad. Landing. I'll take it.
15 volts.
Ralph says we're not mowing the lawn. Oh, cool.
Throttle home. Throttle home.
All right, back with more interminable piffle. Fly some more? Don't mind if I do. I don't know how long I'm flying that thing. Probably 6-7 minutes. Best I can tell. So now on the Twisted Hobbies 540, I tested this on the bed yesterday. By the way, my wife was enjoying her Sunday morning shows. And I was testing all my stuff in the bedroom. It was hilarious. Plenty of room on the bed. Okay. So let's test. Take it off. Isn't that nice? We're going to test auto level. We got to be ready to push the button back in case it freaks out. You ready?
Automatic.
Yeah, there you go.
Automatic.
Yeah,
Automatic.
pretty cool.
Automatic.
It won't let you go past a certain bank angle.
Automatic.
So that's what'll happen if I freak out with my big one and lose orientation, or this one for that matter.
Automatic.
Okay, let's close the eyes.
Automatic.
Yeah, cool.
Stabilization on.
And there are ways you can actually fine-tune that using the Lewis script. I like that. We'll do the same thing here on the Puddle Star in a minute. Okay, it's dead calm, and I want y'all to see what happens when I
Stabilization off.
take stabilization off. All of a sudden you have an enormous amount of control. And what you want to do is attenuate your fingers. There are times when the switch has been flipped and I didn't know it, and you just fly. But on bad windy days, you know, when you really shouldn't be flying, it's a joy. Hey, there's my buddy Ralph. He knew my shit was going to get out here early. Wonder what Ralph's going to fly today. Man, I'm all jazzed. We have like 3.5 months left here. Yeah, really rolly. Rolly. It's got a lot more control over it. Yeah, this is the X6R. Hey, hey! And go back to the house. What do you got to get? Yeah, I forgot an airplane. No, I'm gonna fly. I got to get my fingers good. I'll see you in a minute. That way I don't leave all my gear out here. I got gear everywhere. I'll see you in a minute.
2 minutes.
I'll see you in just a minute. He forgot his transmitter. I forgot an airplane. A whole airplane. God, I love this. So Sand Crab says, I think if he only had one airplane, it would be the Revolto that he would keep. It would be this one, by far. And I tried to transpose this onto other folks. Actually, AMRC was flying something very similar to this. Same vintage. And you just watch them, I mean, just within minutes, get better and better and better. Yeah, first the plane's flying him, and he's having to deal with wind, and then
1 minute.
then all of a sudden he starts getting better. And Ralph says, "You want to go with me? I go get my plane." Nah, it wasn't meant to be. Man, the weather reports here. I think tomorrow's going to be 50% chance. But after that, of course, I cherry pick my weather reports because they are worthless here, from
30
almost
seconds.
worthless day to day. I'm not kidding you. Okay, so we're going to go, we're going to go,
Automatic.
what
20
happened?
Seconds.
And it levels itself out.
Automatic.
Dig it.
Automatic.
Yeah, I had to use it one time when I was
Automatic.
flying my,
10, 9, automatic. Stabilization on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
now I could actually get about 3 more minutes, as you saw, out of this if I wanted to. The reason batteries is lasting so long is because I don't torture them. Landing.
Throttle hold.
Just stupid fun. All right, let's take puddle start. Yeah, one of these guys. We're going to take one of these guys up. Back in a few. Clear.
Telemetry lost.
He's back. Who's back, Carol Ann?
12.5 volts.
The TV people. Speaking of obscure references. Yeah, is that all the authority I got
Low
for tail?
rates. Low rates.
No. Surely there's more. I'm going to check that out.
Middle rates. Middle rates. High rates. High rates.
Yeah, I got a little bit more that way.
Middle rates. Middle rates. 12.5 volts. Throttle active.
So in review, had a blast of a weekend with my lovely wife. Spent a fair bit of time dicking around with my aircraft to the point where my battery started to run low on my transmitter. So what I ended up doing was having to charge the thing up. It's a rarity. And here's the funny part. Oh my goodness. Puddle. The finding stuff that you didn't know that you screwed up previously is just priceless. And my vision at a distance is, I really haven't been able to, play with it or quantify it. Vision at a distance is significantly better. I fly inconsistently, so I can't always tell how my junk's doing. Puddle. Puddly wuddly. There's nothing you can do. Both motors spin in the same direction because of the way I got this set up.
11.8 volts.
So it naturally does a torque roll. Puddle. Well, I'm arguing with myself just a little bit, because I wouldn't mind trying the short wing out on this while it's dead calm. But I'm like, man, I haven't crashed this thing. I mean,
11.7 volts.
for reals yet. And one of the things I know with that little short wing I'm going to be in danger of is stalling it. But it's uncharacteristically dead calm. And yeah, let's see how that goes. Puddle star. Banner day already. And I brought my charger, so I'm just recharging batteries as I go. Wonder what Ralph's gonna fly. He and I talked about living and dying, death and dying, aging. We talked about, because I'm tell you what, a lot of folks' problems in this life is not recognizing certainties, and that must be FedEx in the distance. And one of the certainties is nobody gets out of this alive. Y'all have heard me say this before. And you need to plan for things. And my wife and I have got it down to where my son, upon my wife and I's untimely demise, is such that you can just about clean my house out with ease. Yeah, FedEx. Ralph has indicated that FedEx is coming here with some pretty big frequency. We don't know why. It usually used to come once a day. Yeah, my wife and I, as I got called up to this, yeah. Grandma ain't dead yet, and her freaking underlings are out in this is a hospital, are out in the hallway. I'm not making this up, beating on each other. Fighting. Yeah, I got one kid, everything goes to him. And then when my dad remarried, his wife, she didn't ask the question, but I went ahead and addressed it.
Automatic.
That's not good.
Automatic.
So I've got to, whatever axis that is. Now I can actually attenuate it in here. Do I feel like playing with it? So it's pointing down, because probably when I set it up, I did notice yesterday that the receiver had broken loose from the Velcro. And I re-Velcroed it. And I have to imagine that, excuse me. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. Kentucky windage, go ahead and stick the radio or receiver back how I think level was recorded on this originally. Or go into the Lua script, and it has an attenuation mechanism. Yeah, I want to do that.
11.2 volts.
I was like, well, but I want to fly. So, might do that in a bit. Yeah, so if I lose orientation, I have all the wherewithal to, you see the bugs flying around now, don't you? to flip the oh shit switch, it's going to duck down and I need it to go up. And I got two mechanisms to fix that with. The
11 volts.
physical placement of the oh, by the way, Dale, digging that jet, if you hear this, if you're smart, you just ride around your car as you're doing stuff. And by the way, you know, Godspeed on your momentous decision. Yeah, it's craziness. One thing is for sure. The only constant, yes, I said it.
0.1 volts.
The only constant is change.
Low battery.
So it wants to dive down. I shall fix that. Maybe. Landing.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold.
And I need to fix the ESC that doesn't wind milk because that's obnoxious to me. Not obnoxious enough to figure out how to do it, but I actually have figured out how to fix it. So, all right, guys, back in a few. A very light breeze. So I played with that offset feature, and it didn't move my elevator. So what I may do is go in and physically move the transmitter because it's not where it was originally set up, most likely.
Battery critical. Low battery.
And what you kind of probably don't want to do is
Battery critical. Low battery.
what you don't want to do is flip the old
Critical. Low battery.
dang it switch and have the thing fall out of the sky like a bag of wet mice. That would be ungood. Yeah, if there was one real weakness, not even a landing gear for the Timber, but it'd be this terrible battery compartment. Terrible. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is be my usual pussy self and just go ahead and fly the big wing for a while until I get comfy and my skill set gets higher, and then put the short wing on. Now, does that mean I'm fixing to put the short wing on the next flight? Maybe. You never know. I took, if you've never used
Throttle active.
Fabuloso,
Throttle active. 16.8
hang on,
volts.
it's a cleaner. And back when I was growing up, it was Pine Sol. Somehow, somewhere, someone taught us that Pine Sol was the epitome of cleanliness smell. No, that stuff stank. I've always thought it stank. Then my son's
15.9 volts.
girlfriend, who used to live with us, was working off her indentured servitude and brought home Fabuloso. Yes, it is as fabulous as it sounds. And it smells amazing. And they got different versions of it with amazing smells. And basically it's a grease stripper.
7 volts.
And what I ended up doing was just checking out if I'm getting weird tail wag or anything because of my gains. It just smells great. I mean, what I did was I cleaned the wing once. When you handle it,
15.8 volts.
you get your nasty human grease all over it, and it ends up staining the foam at the cells. They start turning funk colors. Oh yeah, he's giving it gas now like he knows how to fly. For those of you that are yelling at me for turning
15.7 volts.
clockwise or counterclockwise rather than clockwise, I'll remedy that here in a minute. I've already done it once or twice. I think it's San Diego Ute fan that yells at me. That dude's tough. You'd think Mormons would be more polite, but he's just mean. I love that guy. Scott is one of the most decent human beings you'll have the occasion to meet. Decent, decent, decent.
15.4 volts.
Why he's hanging around with me and in the tube deep is, well, frankly, beyond me. Yeah, it's neat. The wind hits it and the wing corrects, so we're there. I'm like the other day, I'm flying it, but I'm not really feeling like I'm 100% in control, and I'm like, well, maybe that's just how it is on the new timber. No, turns out I had the gyro backwards. And concurrently, my pal sand crab was suffering similarly, which is crazy. Flight number 3, this is either 7 or 8. I think I charged a battery the last time and flew 5 times, I think.
15 volts.
I don't go nuts about that stuff. Probably never use the flaps on here because I usually use them to break off the water. The surface tension of these things as they go to take off cooks off, and I know it doesn't seem like much, an entire volt. And you really want to get off the water as quick as you can stand it. So
15 volts.
most of these things, you know, this is a stall plane. It doesn't need flaps. Got a little uppity up going on. That's because I'm flying into whatever wind is up there. What a lovely aircraft. It's so funny because when these first came out, you had the Tundra camp and the Timber camp, and the two shall not
volts.
meet. Well, one of the young men out at the flying club did not like his Timber because it didn't perform the way he wanted it to. He wanted it to be acrobatic. Sold it to me for a song. And I fell in love with the damn thing. And with all due respect to the Tundra, Tundra likes to drop a wing. That's probably what will happen with that little Timber X-wing. But it likes to drop a wing. Well, it won't because the cord on the wing is so big that, excuse me. And it sits too high to fit up underneath my bed, the Tundra. I'm not kidding you. Between the Tundra, Timber,
14.9 volts.
Fly Zone Beaver, what else? The Icon, 5,000 flights with ease, maybe more. And I'm still a mediocre pilot because I basically just fly scale. And that's actually what happened, was a monstrous benefit to getting these profile planes because you can just wing them around and not care, and that translates. You wouldn't know it the way I fly, like your grandmother, but it translates. Y'all probably noticed my allergies have mostly eased up here. Now, these beautiful lupins will be blooming here soon, and I'm all jazzed about that. I laugh because there are observations having been made about what happens to older and middle-aged men. One of the things that happens is older men like me, their thoughts turn to one of two things: smoking meats or World War II.
Low battery.
There we go.
14.6 volts.
A landing. Man, that was pretty, wasn't it? It's the plane. Yeah, so fell in love with the timber over the tundra.
15 volts.
Grass is getting a little long. Ralph has issued the edict that he and I will not be mowing this thing for at least 2 weeks. So somebody else has got to step up and mow. Digging the short grass though. All right, let me save some battery. Back in a few. He's back. I mean, I had to pull the other wing off anyway, right? Now this one doesn't have the little leading edge interrupters on it, so
16.7 volts.
I'm actually going to have to pay attention as I fly. Now, point of interest, I tested the deflection on here and no joy. Okay, so we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, let's go ahead and give me a little more aileron, just a little more.
16.7
But
volts.
make me happy. Okay, so there's aileron, I'm in the middle. I need to edit. No. Oh, I'm the wrong one. Yeah, I need a little bit more.
16.7 volts.
Come on, sunglasses. Sorry I have to walk y'all through this, but that's just how it works. Why doesn't it, there we go. Wrong way. Wrong way.
16.7 volts.
There we go, a little bit more. Where am I at? Okay.
Throttle active.
Taking
Throttle
off.
active.
Yeah, I got to fly the damn thing eventually. May as well be now.
16.3 volts.
The whole time I'm repeating to myself, don't stall, don't stall. Don't stall. Got a little wiggy wag.
16.3 volts.
Utilize the instant trim in a measure to not be looking around on my radio.
5 minutes.
Don't stall. Oh, I got to take that timer off here. So I'm having to give it down elevator to keep it level. So I want to get it past me and give a little instant trim
16.2
action.
volts.
So Ralph guys ready. Ralph says he's going to sell all his drones. I don't know what that means exactly, but I'll keep up with him about that. I think he's going through the stages in life where he's trying to lighten his potential loads, but don't want to be rash about life's decisions. That would be ungood.
4 minutes.
Well, it's not a Twisted Hobbies 540,
15.9 volts.
but I bet you in capable hands, it could be whipped around like a maniac. Oh, what I was going to share with you is yesterday I got all this stuff squared away, right? I think I need to reduce the tail's wagging a bit, but I think that's due to the gyro.
16 volts.
A little harder to see with a shorter wing.
Minutes.
So I go to test the deflection this morning. Wrong. And what I probably did was I set it up. Yeah.
15.7 volts.
I probably set it up in the Lewis script without testing it. Because I went into Lewis script today, inverted it, backed out of the Lewis script, and it still showed the incorrect deflection. So I went in and checked it again, and it did not invert it by my command, which is a hassle. So I did it again and backed out, and then went back in and looked, and it had showed it inverted. So I do have a little bit of leeway there on blaming technology just a little bit for these mistakes. I love instant trim. Not with a Spectrum receiver. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. So what's happened is I think my gain is a little high. And it's hitting that plane laterally and causing it to wag. So I just turned it down off the pot, and that gave me some relief.
15.3 volts.
Yeah, what I may do is go into the Lewis script and reduce, because I think they give you like 100% gains in here, and go reduce
1
that.
minute.
I just reduced it by the pot, but the problem I got is that I want the planes to fly similarly, and because when I'm using the same
15.3 volts.
yeah. Landing. That's pretty good. All right, so let's change some stuff while we're not doing anything. We're going to increase the elevator just a wee bit. Be able to see here.
15.6 volts.
Okay. Edit. And the thing is not where I want it to be. I'm just going to test it.
15.6 volts.
I'm not seeing a change. Must have changed the weight elsewhere or something. I don't know. All right, I'm out of here. Route 6 in the fly.
Throttle.
We'll call this a success. A success that I didn't drill it in the ground.
15.6
That. Back in a few. So where are we at? All right. Ralph is bringing in his, I think it's a Taylor craft. After all these years, I should know these things. So when the nanny thing says you can take off, that's when you can take off. That is annoying. All right, let's see if we can get Ralph coming in. Without getting both of our aircraft messed up. Looking good, Ralph. Very good. Kind of wish I'd have charged some more of my
8.2 volts.
stuff. That's forward. It'll get there eventually. Okay, so in review, I flew 3 long wings and 1 short wing. The short wing, the tail was wagging pretty hard. I went ahead and reduced my gyro down. That took care of that. And one of the things I'm doing is I went into the Lewis grips because you can do fine tuning in there, as I mentioned previously.
8.1 volts.
And turn down the tail because it's preset at 100%. Now what is that hanging out the side? Molex connector. Oh, that's I have an FPV camera inside there, and I might fly it out here. There's enough room, you know. See how that works. So that's as fast as it goes that way. People have jacked that thing around, moved it around, trying to figure it out. Bring her back toward me because I cannot, even with my new bionic eyes, cannot see at that distance. That's all you get forward. Is it George out there trimming plants with his rotors? You're a maniac. These things are so precise. But at least you do stuff so I don't have to. You know what I mean? Thank you. That was a nice flight, Ralph. Ralph's going down to inspect my stuff.
7.8 volts.
So let's not crash into his dope wing. Huey. Must be nice to be able to fly like George.
.7 volts.
That stupid thing, it's great.
What do you like the best?
Yes, it's the most scale.
I'm talking about flyability.
I don't like it. It's the worst. It's too dumbed down. But it's the prettiest one. And there's a $130 solution out there, which is one of these not dumbed down. And but I'm just not in the business of collecting things, and I'm cheap.
Yeah, yeah, no. You all are.
Well, some are worse than others.
No battery.
I'm particularly bad. It's embarrassing. All right, so we're supposed to go slightly beyond the pad and go into the wind to land, so we stay out of our wash.
No battery. No battery. Throttle hold. 7.5 volts.
That's an unceremonious plop. Back in a bit.